Rashad, why you didn't
Anyways,
hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey,
Okay,
Rashad.
next thing next. Here we go. Alysha Clark. Kareem Copeland. I asked Alysha Clark, AC, if she had conversations with Seattle before the trade, and she said she requested to be moved. Things hadn't worked out as they envisioned, as she told herself at 38 years old, and she was going to stay in control of her career. She wanted to play and be utilized. So that sounds interesting. She just wanted to play. I said, okay, cool. She just wanted more opportunity. Then we seen this and it went up a notch. Can confirm Kareem's reporting on Alysha Clark's trade request. According to multiple sources with Ness, there were verbal altercations in the locker rooms with teammates that also led to the team that made to the trade request. Story to come on Off the Record W. Shouts out to Christian. And with that being said, let's go to the next joint. So when that came out, the internet went ablaze. I like Skylar, but she definitely be cussing people out in that locker room. If you're wondering where this came from the Jewel Lloyd situation. The Jewel Lloyd situation, it blew up in Seattle, and Jewel Lloyd ends up leaving, and there was some things of, I ain't working with this person, I'm working with this person. Oh, excuse me. I don't think it happened with Yi. I don't think that's what happened with Yi. I think Yi just needed to play more, and or she would have been in trouble with her home country because she was skipping out playing internationally to play in the W, and they're like, well, you need to be playing more, so that's why she got traded. So yeah. But let me see. Oh, someone posted this, or Brittany Sykes.
Just some words on Sykes' performance there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we had some.
They outscore you 14-4.
So they're looking like, oh, Slim is looking miserable. What is going on in Seattle? And then the next thing was just shout out to SJ Basketball, by the way. Some of y'all are really funny because you telling me you'd let a coworker talk to you any type of way because you made a mistake. Like y'all would just smile and take that. Definitely not. I mean, if it was a manager, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, sometimes I might say something back or whatever, but for the most part, I'm gonna be like, okay, just let it happen, whatever. Trying to keep my job. And then next, oh yeah. So shouts out to the whole delivery. He said, for what it's worth, and Alysha Clark still follows all the Storm star players and vice versa on IG, and has consistently been on friendly, good terms with all four, Skylar Diggins included. And there you have it. They are all still good. According to social media, and y'all know in 2025, that does hold significance. So here's Christian's final story at the end of the night. It came out. Shouts out to Christian. Shouts out to Off the Record. Shouts out to Substack. And this is my first time reading it, and it'll be on air. So, Off the Record. Verbal altercations with teammates where coaches failed to act led to Alysha Clark's trade request. The Seattle Storm's coaching staff is under a microscope once again following Alysha Clark's trade request. Okay. Ahead of the trade deadline this week, the Seattle Storm sent three-time WNBA champion Alysha Clark, backup guard Zaya Cook, and their own 2026 first-round pick to the Washington Mystics for all-star guard Brittany Sykes. To the surprise of many, the basketball world later learned that Clark requested to be traded. When speaking with Mystics beat reporter Kareem Copeland, the former Sixth Woman of the Year said that things on both sides for the 2025 season did not go according to plan. At 38 years old, with fewer playing days ahead of her than behind, she wished to have more control over her career, which led to conversations that resulted in her being moved by the Mystics. A contributing factor that also led to the trade request were verbal altercations in the Storm's locker room with teammates over poor play, multiple league sources confirmed to Off the Record. These incidents did not always involve Clark, but the instances did were mainly rooted in her lack of production. Sources, close to the situation, told Off the Record. She's 38. The Storm's coaching staff did little to nothing to address the ongoing issue. Multiple league sources confirmed to Off the Record. At the time of publication, the Storm have yet to respond to requests for comment. Clark's production. After just 7 days at the start of the season, Clark was benched in favor of guard Erica Wheeler after averaging 4.4 points on 45.8% shooting from the field and 41.7% from deep on 1.7 attempts. In Clark's last 8 games with the Storm, the veteran forward averaged 1 point and shot 22% from the field while going 0-9 from 3 and 12.6 minutes off the bench. She went scoreless in 6 of her last 8 appearances with the team. When Clark signed a 1-year, $185,000 deal in the offseason, it was a homecoming for her on several fronts. Drafted 17th overall in the 2010 draft, the 5'11 forward spent her first 10 seasons with the team and played a vital role on 2 of the franchise's championship squads. After 3 seasons between the Washington Mystics and the Las Vegas Aces, Clark was returning to the birthplace of her WNBA career. I'm really excited, quote unquote, to come back to Seattle where it all started, Clark said in a statement to ESPN. That organization that gave me a chance in this league, the fans embraced me from day one, the city that holds so many memories for me and my family. I can't wait to get back on the court with my teammates and get to work. Seattle, we're back. Her return to the Storm could not have been further from what was expected on both sides. That's funny. In 20 games, Clark played after coming off the bench. She averaged 3.2 points and 2.6 rebounds while shooting 34.8% from the field and 25.6% from beyond the arc. Joel Lloyd and coaching staff debacle. This is not the first time Seattle's coaching staff has been at the center of dysfunction relating to a player's production in the last 2 seasons. Last season, the Chicago Sun-Times, shout out to Annie Casabell, reported that the Storm's coaching staff was under investigation for alleged player mistreatment. One league source told the Sun-Times that the investigation was sparked by multiple players' experiences on the team. ESPN later confirmed that former franchise star Joel Lloyd filed a complaint with the league concerning allegations against the staff. According to the initial report, the team hired a law firm to delve into accusations of harassment and bullying by the league by coaches regarding the player performance. Less than a month later, the Storm announced that external investigation on the allegations concluded without discovering any violations, quote unquote. The Storm recently received internal allegations of potential workplace policy violations. Read in a statement provided to ESPN, the organization retained an outside investigator to conduct an impartial investigation into the allegations. The investigation had been completed, and there were no findings of policy violations or any discrimination, harassment, or bullying, quote unquote. To protect the integrity of the process and to preserve the confidentiality, we chose not to comment while the investigation was ongoing. The Storm will continue to provide a work environment in which all individuals are treated with respect. As a result, Lloyd requested a trade out of Seattle and was eventually dealt to the Aces in a 3-team deal that garnered the number 2 pick in this year's draft, which was used to draft French phenomenon Dominique Maloney. A Storm and Aces cursing allegation. In the days following the Storm's 75-70 loss to the Aces at Climate Pledge Arena in early June, Christina Williams of iHeart Women's Sports reported that the WNBA was reviewing a complaint that a former Storm player alleging that the Storm assistant cursed at them. Lloyd was the only player on the Aces to have recently played for the Storm. Annie Casabell of Front Office Sports later confirmed that an allegation was made that a Storm assistant coach cursed at a former Storm player on Las Vegas roster. After the league reviewed the complaint, no fines or suspensions were expected. This is a developing story. I remember the independent journalist. I forgot her name. She, the one who went on she went on that rant about like AZ. She's like, it's tough to watch AZ and Paige, clips and watch them on the Stubbud stream as someone who is single and struggles with their love life. And people were like, hey, this is kind of personal. She came out with that story last year. I think it was on her Substack. And what happened with that? I remember everybody was just like, no, it was like Skylar Diggins said something. Or it wasn't Skylar. It was Jay Lee. Jay Lee English is I think that's her name. The agent for Skylar Diggins. She came back to her and was like, "Your reporting is wrong. This isn't journalism. You just made this up." And then Skylar Diggins came out like on Instagram and was like, "Oh yeah, just me and the homies. We good." but it was like not Jewel Lloyd. It was just her and Noelle Quinn, and it was like, oh, so it was right. Her reporting was right the whole time, and I don't know. I just remember that too. It's been a lot of stuff going on in Seattle for the past like year, bro. And people always kind of look at Skylar Diggins because she's outright the most like verbal with these things publicly and things of that sort. But whoever it is, man, hey, it is what it is. It's the game, dog. Can't stand the heat. Stay out the kitchen, man. But Seattle got to win, bro. I feel like you can't be mean and be losing, you know, or you can't be mean and be mediocre, be middle of the league. Lose first round, second round. You know, you got multiple people crying when demanding to leave the team because it's a toxic work environment, and y'all jokers lose in the first round. Y'all can't do that. You can't lose in the second round. You got to go at least semis. You got to at least make it as far as the old Connecticut Sun teams used to make it. If y'all going to be a mean team. If y'all going to be the mean girls that's winning. So, hey, that is what it is. MPJ, man.
Why you didn't hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.